And I told them it was a live show. So that was the first thing you heard. Today, we're talking about the whole boss with Katherina Capra. I'm delighted she's on. I'm going to tell you a few things about her right before we start. So welcome, come on in, join us. As you may remember, we like to treat this like a dinner party. So if you have a question or a comment, just type it on into the chat. We'll see it. We may put it up and give you moment celebrity status. We may put it up. We may talk about it. So please join us. The point is to have a conversation. So before we start, Katherina, who is she and why is she here? And what should you really know about her? Katherina, unlike many of the people that we have on the call, on this show, we have a lot of business leaders and a lot of executive coaches. Katherina is also an executive coach, but she's a trained economist, and she's the founder of Unity Grow, which is a coaching company. She's an expert in applied positive psychology. She's an ICF certified coach. She's the founder of a program on personal growth during adversity and provides executive courses on all of these topics. She's worked in Europe, Canada, Latin America, and she serves as the Vice Director of Global Empowerment Programming for Women's Entrepreneurship Day, which is an NGO that works in 145 countries. Welcome, Katherina. Great to have you back.
Oh, hi, Stenia. I'm glad to be here and talking with you about what it means, the whole boss.
The whole boss. I feel like those words should have a theme song of their own. The whole boss, just something with an echo. I'm something serious. I'm thrilled about this topic. But for everyone with us today, before we get started, we're going to learn 3 things about Katherina. So this is like the lightning round at the beginning. First thing, what did you want to be when you were growing up?
Well, I want to be an astronaut.
Awesome. So say a little more about that.
Oh, I love, all that means, the sky, all this bravery. And, today I am scared about, airplane, and I have all this kind of thing. Yeah. It's like roller coaster. I hate it. But
that's hilarious. So a little bit of how the ideal may be different from practical. That's great. That's really funny. And then second question, what is one of your favorite foods?
Well, one of my favorite foods is like salmon.
Yeah. So cooked salmon, smoked salmon, any old way?
Yeah, any old way. I love
it. I'm a big fan of that too. And then when you were in high school, actually, where did you go to high school? In what country?
I went in Bolivia and I went to the German school.
Yeah, high school can be a challenging time. What was good for you about high school, or what did you learn about yourself during high school?
Well, I love high school. I love it. Yeah, I used to play basketball. I was in the volleyball team, and I also was part of all of the students board. And I was vice president of the school, and I was so involved. And I know people like years before and years after me, and I really love my school, high school. I really enjoyed this time. I was really happy.
I'm so glad you did, because really I've just heard different things even when I asked this question. So I'm so thrilled to hear that it was kind of all around the sports and the student board and friends. That's so nice to hear. Okay, the Believe Show. And again, I'll introduce this, the whole boss. Dun, 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 dun. Katherina, I loved when you told me about this idea. And I'll start with our Believe Show question. What is it that you believe that others may not agree with you about?
Okay, I think that most people don't realize the difference between the boss and the whole boss. I think that the key to identify this is what it really represents each one. For me, the boss is one who is smart and independent, but and does the job and does well. In the other hand, the whole boss is one that is a wise person. He's not just focused on doing the job done and well, but he's also focused on people. He connects with people. He looks around with the people. And maybe in a short words, we can identify him in the three categories, the three F's: proceed, firm, fair, friendly, and caring.
Okay. So let me summarize what you've said so far. The boss can be someone who's very competent, does the work well. Even, is this accurate, Katherina? The boss, not the whole boss, may get good outcomes and good results. Is that also? But then the whole boss, you're saying, is somebody who really cares about people, with including these characteristics of firm, fair, friendly, you said?
Friendly, and caring.
Okay, say more about these.
Yeah, sure. He's a person that connect with others. He's a person that work with himself, that he just not only grow, but he makes the organization grow as well as their employees. He can be tough and nice at the same time. And he also wants to guide their employees, but at the same time that they flourish. And I think that the best point of this whole boss is to fit in this new revolution that we all know. We are having this technology revolution. And everybody knows that when a revolution happens, a new order creates. And this new order that has been created has to be aligned with new kind of people. And I think that the nature is so wise that all these changes are flourishing, needs a new transformation. And this new transformation of people needs to be a whole being. And for bosses, I mean the whole bosses.
How did you come to this belief? So how did you come to the belief and also the distinction that a boss can actually be very, very strong on so many things, but if they're not focused on people in this way, they're not, in a sense, the whole boss? What in your experience led you to this?
Sure, I will share my own experience. When I was CEO, I realized that to do the job and do well was fine. But what really gave great outcomes was to caring to people too. So you can have good outcomes, but you can have great outcomes when you really are interested in people.
So caring is a key component of being a whole boss. You know, it's funny you say that, because I know that you and I know the VIA survey and we use that for strengths. But it's funny, sometimes when I do that, the VIA survey of strengths with executives, and they get love as one of their top 5 strengths, they say, what? How can I use love in the workplace? Love, that's not a workplace conversation. But I hear you use the word caring as part of the whole boss characteristics. I wonder if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, sure, I have it. Well, I think that as an executives, all these kind of words like love, and how they say, okay, what is going on? No, we have to be tough, and we are smart, and they have to be, people has to have respect on us. But if people are dismotivated, they can pull you down. So if you just think about outcomes, you have to think about the process too. People can elevate you. There is not about doing jobs like in atomized things, like isolate, like Iceland. You need a community. You need that everybody think. You need like everybody be part of a whole, and every part. And because if your people is your full, is your energy. So if you really want to success, you need that. And also, as I told you before, a new order has created, and it's not about I want, it's a need. Maybe some executives, they do the jobs as they do before, like just outcome and just be focused on job. But now the environment needs other kind of whole beings, other kind of beings, and other kind of bosses. And as an executive coach, I have been witness that today executives and leaders uh, just want to grow and to move towards purpose and calling.
Yeah, they definitely want to move forward with purpose and calling. Definitely.
And now they need help. They need help for more self-awareness and reflection, and to have a community of people that are similar like them to grow. We know as coaches that it's easier to grow with support, with guide, than to grow alone.
Let me ask the people who are with us today, when have you had a whole boss? When have you had a boss that, as Katherina says, was firm, fair, friendly, and caring? When have you had a whole boss like this? So type into the comments. Let us know when you've experienced the feeling of somebody is here and not only focused on outcomes. They're my manager, but they also keep checking in with me. They keep finding out how I'm doing. Let us know when you've had this experience, and please drop in any questions you have for Katherina. So you're saying it's a lot of components of really focusing on the person.
Yes.
And why do you believe these four are super important?
Yeah, these four are very super important because words carry weight. The words of people, just the people, the employees, depends on the bosses. Depends not just for the money they pay. They depends on the attitude, on the validation, on the guiding, as well as promotion, as well, and so on, so on, so on. So they are seeing them. They are like, they want to be like them.
Mm-hmm.
They are role models. So they have to have prudence. They have to have discretion. Because they have to know that what they do and what they talk impacts others. And now that they are in the best position, so they have the characteristic to become the leaders that we need, and to make this new revolution easier and more important, more solid.
More solid. One of the people with us today is saying that their boss has consistently checked in on them and prioritized their own wellness instead of prioritizing the outcome. I have a follow-up question for you. I'm sorry we don't know your name. Please feel free to let us know in the next comment. Has this been going on during the coronavirus only, or even before? And the reason I ask is, and Katherina, I wonder if you've noticed this, I've been observing from other executive coaches that the people are more empathetic, have been, as leaders and as managers during the coronavirus. So do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, sure, I have it. So I think that, as I told you before, it was important. Before was important the speed and information, and now the emphasis, as you say, is on empathy, is on have a deep relationship and connection, not just with others, but also with oneself. Because the most fear of people is social humiliation, at the same time death. And we, in this time, we are surrounded from COVID and impact. And it doesn't depend on the status. It doesn't depend how strong we are. It's like everybody's affected around the world. So
yeah, everyone's affected. We got a comment back from that person, and they said even before their boss was asking about their wellness. Very cool. What if you are speaking with someone, or they are listening here today, and they say, all right, I agree with Katherina. I haven't been as much focused on being firm, fair, friendly, and caring. Friendly and caring just don't really enter into my mindset of what I need to do to be a great manager and a great boss. But let's say they say, I agree with her. I want to be this whole boss that Katherina is talking about. What is the very first thing they should do? Or what are the top 3 things that that person should do?
Okay, I think that the first thing is pay attention to you and to others you care.
Mhm.
Just simple that like that.
And what does pay attention mean? Does it mean ask them more questions? Does it mean just be more observant of how they are, even their mood? What do you mean by it?
It's all these kind of things that you already say. It's like be more observer,
Yeah.
ask some questions, respect them, just try to put in the position of how they feel. Try that like they behave with you as you behave with other people.
A lot of what you're saying, it reminds me of Abigail Charpentier, who we had on last week, who was talking about the empathetic leader. And she just said this kind of thing of listening and taking a pause when you're the boss, when you're the manager, listening and taking a pause so the other person fills up more of the virtual airspace.
I think that is very important to have this safety space.
Yeah.
Where you talk and where you listen and given space, you given space like to the other people to get involved in the chatting, get involved. You are like share, like you are given a welcome.
Mm.
You are like, okay, I'm here. I'm here for guiding, for support you, because I have to be grateful, like I am in a best position.
Mhm.
And I have to realize that it's time to give back to be grateful to whom I am and the opportunities that I have to evolve. And at this time, it's like these people like love challenge. They are smart and they have to, and they want now. So we as coaches and we have to give this space so they can evolve and also to teach new skills that they are hungry for having it, and also that they can get to the next level.
Yeah. As we close, we usually ask 2 questions. And again, I invite those who are with us to share with us, what is your takeaway from what Katherina has said? What is something you can use literally today, tomorrow, whether you're a whole boss? I'll just put up this, the whole boss, dun, 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 dun. Whether you're a whole boss in your family, in your work, what is a takeaway that you have literally that you can do? Just before I ask Katherina the last 2 questions, by the way, the Facebook user, thank you. We know who you are. Thank you. That's very, very, very thoughtful. Okay. What is something, a thought that you would like to leave our viewers with about this topic?
I would love like to say, like, if you can afford a coach, like you hire one, keep in contact with Senia, call her. Because coaching is about finding a positive effect in everyone. And another is, like I say before, pay attention. And today, like what you've done with all these wonderful coaches, Senia, is give tools and tips, share your experience, share your time and the other times of other people to teach and them and to share them the wisdom and experience of how a person can evolve and grow.
I definitely hear that theme of evolving and growing in what you're saying, in everything you've said today. Thank you. And our last question. If you were to snap your fingers, I always like when I get a good sound. If you were to snap your fingers and almost everyone in the world were to take some action, what would you want that action to be?
Like see other people more than you see yourself. Be for others.
What do you mean? Please say more. See other people more than you see yourself.
I think that when you get out of you is when you grow. When you realize that you depend on others and others depends on you. That your words carry weight. that what you do carry weight in your family, with your friends, in the community, in the world. Then the world isn't easier, but you can make a better world, a better community, a better organization, a better family if you see other people.
So if you pay attention, like you had said, and it almost sounds like try to help other people with what they're doing. Is this what you mean when you see other people?
Yeah, it's like, I think that you only can give other people something that you have. So first you have to have a good relationship with yourself. First you have to grow yourself. Then you can give back
To other people.
to other people.
We invite you to take that action, to first have a good relationship with yourself and then to start to give back to other people from that base. Did I express that accurately?
Great. Yeah, you expressed very well.
Thank you so much, Katherina. It's been wonderful having you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonia. Wonderful to be here.
Thank you, everyone. See you later this week. All the best.